Well, how on earth have Liverpool let that happen? Of all people, Ruben Amorim and his Manchester United team. How have they let that side get away with 3 points? Manchester United winning at Anfield, by the way. They have a history of struggling at that ground. A place that before this match they haven't won at since 2016, 9 years ago. And Ruben Amorim and this United side got it done out of all the United teams. Who would have thought? And we're talking about the same United team that prior to this game couldn't string back-to-back wins together since Ruben Amorim came into the job. He joined 11 and a half months ago. It's taken him almost a full year to get consecutive wins, and boy, what a way to do it. And on top of your rivals' heads at their home ground, breaking your winless drought at their ground in the process. And yeah, Liverpool's form has been in the gutter recently. 3 consecutive losses before this tie, 2 of which coming in the Premier League against Crystal Palace and Chelsea, both 2-1 defeats as well. But despite that, Liverpool were still favourites going into this fixture. You just never know what version of either team you're going to get on the day. With Liverpool in recent years having a track record of handing out embarrassing scorelines for United at Anfield and Old Trafford as well. But then again, there's also been some poor results for either side, a couple of draws for the past couple of years. Everyone expected this to be the game that Liverpool would get back into gear and really show that title-winning form again. Beat Manchester United at home and then get back into Arsenal's rearview mirror because they're just chilling in first place right now. The international break came at a perfect time for Liverpool. It gave them 2 weeks to get back into the flow and find some rhythm, to hopefully put an end to the horrible run of form that they've been on since the Crystal Palace game. But here we are once again, another disappointing result for Liverpool. Liverpool 1, Manchester United 2 at Anfield, continuing the terrible run of results. 4 consecutive losses in all competitions for Arne Slots. And to put that into perspective, Liverpool haven't lost 4 consecutive games in a row since 2014 when they were under Brendan Rodgers. And in this game, the same patterns were showing, the same things that were happening in those other losses prior are still recurring. Once again, conceding a goal early within the first 15 minutes. Liverpool then going on to equalise in the second half, then conceding late on and losing within the final 10 minutes. Those same instances have happened in the last 3 Premier League losses for Liverpool. This isn't looking like it's going to get magically fixed. There is some deep-rooted issue at Liverpool in their squad right now. I talked about this in my Chelsea-Liverpool match review, but the script has fully flipped on Liverpool. Going from the team that used to be cruising by teams and scoring late winners to now being the team consistently finding themselves on the back foot early on in matches and conceding late goals to then lose the game because of lapse in concentration. And we'll get to that. Why don't we dive into this match from start to finish? Starting with the lineups from both teams, Liverpool with a surprisingly unchanged starting 11 from the loss against Chelsea. Marmadashvili in net, and a back 4 of Kirkes, Bradley, Kanate and Virgil van Dijk. In that midfield 3 of Gravenberch, McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai in the number 10. Cody Gakpo, who I thought played amazingly despite their loss. Really Liverpool's only attacking outlet in this match because Salah's been struggling recently. Alexander Isak also struggling for service. And after the way that Chelsea game went, another 2-1 loss, I really want to know why Arne Slots decided to pick that exact lineup once again. No Florian Wirtz to start after struggling to create any attacking opportunities without him. Hugo Ekitike was available to start, and he's been in better form than Alexander Isak since joining Liverpool, the both of them. I feel like Arne Slots is catering to the big names too much with his team selections. Because last season, Arne Slots was so good at identifying issues, making little adjustments and changing personnel. But now it seems like he's forced to play his big money signings, play Salah when he's not up to speed, Isak when he's not fully fit, and McAllister hasn't been great these past few games, so why not give a player like Curtis Jones some minutes in the midfield? He's been coming off the bench a lot, and it's no shocker that the same lineup that lost 2-1 against Chelsea also loses 2-1 again, but this time to Manchester United. Now, speaking of Man United, their lineup, they would have been glad to see Lamens in goal for them. He got man of the match this game, and he was solid. I know it might be shocking for a Man United goalkeeper these days, but he's actually a safe pair of hands. No Lenny Yoro starting at centre-back. Harry Maguire coming in to replace him, probably due to his experience and, the magnitude of this fixture. Additionally, a Bruno and Casemiro midfield, Ahmed Diallo at right wing back, and Mateus Cunha coming back into the team up front. Benjamin Sesko on the bench. And a relatively strong lineup for United standards, only missing Lautaro Martinez to injury. Of course, United playing in that 3-4-2-1 formation. Ruben Amorim's pragmatic system getting the job done in this match, probably due to the fact that United played much more as a cohesive unit together in this formation, defending with 9 or 10 players at times, pressing out together and taking their chances when they came, one of which almost coming instantly just after 1 minute of play in this match. Goal scorer Brian Mbeumo gets in a tussle between McAllister and Van Dijk, which sees McAllister hit the floor with a head injury, but play continues with the ball at Ahmad's feet, and he finds Mbeumo carrying on the run after previously being on the floor in that tussle. And Mbeumo finds himself in the box with Konate not even close to him, and he just places the ball in the back of the net past Liverpool's goalkeeper. And in only 62 seconds, Man United are ahead. 1-0 just after 1 minute, the second fastest goal in this fixture. And that Liverpool defending was just way too lackadaisical from their perspective. Too easy for United to get in there. Van Dijk stepping up and actually being the one colliding with McAllister for his injury, leaving that gap for Mbeumo to capitalise on and allowing him to just breeze into the box. It was just way too simple and easy of a goal for them, but they capitalised on it. Early capitulation for Liverpool again. McAllister gets his head wrapped after the colliding with Van Dijk's elbow, looking like prime Petr Cech. There was no long-term injury, but what is interesting is that play was allowed to be continued. It's not an excuse, and I know it was his own teammate that hit him, but if he got a worse hit than he actually did, that would have looked terrible for the VAR team and Michael Oliver especially. Apparently, he didn't see the head knock, so he continued play. I don't know where else he would have been looking. The ball was directly involved in that run of play, but I digress. United are 1-0 up, and all of their best moments came really early on in this first half. In Mbeumo's goal, Bruno Fernandes had a great opportunity on the edge of the box for his standards. Liverpool had their chances too. Cody Gakpo smashing the ball against the post from a counter-attack. Those transitional moments being Liverpool's primary weapon throughout that first half. Konate wins the ball from Mount at his own corner flag. The ball ping-pongs around, finds Sozoblai, then he finds Salah. Centrally open in the middle of the park, he then switches it to Gakpo off the left. Then Gakpo's first touch perfectly setting up for a strike with De Ligt out of the picture. Low and powerful strike, looking for that bottom right corner, hits the post. Lamens looked beat, and unlucky for Gakpo, that wouldn't be the last time he hits the woodwork in this game. Gakpo also had a couple of crosses that looked dangerous. One found Salah's head, but he couldn't generate enough power to beat the goalkeeper. The other deflected off a United body and nearly crept in the goal beyond the last man, hitting the woodwork again. Cody Gakpo creating chances for Liverpool when the ball was given to him quickly into feet out on the left wing. Of course, shaping up against a more attacking-minded wing-back in Ahmad, but with De Ligt there to cover. One chance also fell to Isak through the middle of Man United's defence. Konate's line-splitting pass right into the path of Isak running in behind. One touch to shoot, but Lamens saves it and has his moment. A great save by him, who had no idea that the offside flag was raised. And it was a feisty end to that first half. Lots of corners coming then, Liverpool with a lot of crosses coming into the box, unable to find a target. And United go into halftime, a goal up at Anfield. 1-0, goal coming relatively easily in that opening minute. And Liverpool defensively looking shaky, so much uncertainty at the back. That Van Dijk mishap. Kerkez was also close to setting up Delo for a United goal. And on a separate occasion, he was hit in the face trying to clear it off of Van Dijk. Liverpool with lots of work to do in that second half. And United with what I would have imagined a really positive team talk at halftime for that first half performance, limiting Liverpool to only a couple goal scoring opportunities with all of their possession. Now onto the second half, which was an emotional roller coaster. Liverpool coming out swinging, looking for that equaliser right away. Gakpo hitting the post for the third time in this match. Great strike from inside the box after the ball comes in from a free kick. Touches the ball down and finds that yard of space. Opens up his body to bend it far post. But the woodwork stops Gakpo once again. United looking like they couldn't put anything together initially. Liverpool's pressure piling on, and it would only get worse for United when Liverpool would swap to a 4-2-4 formation in the 60th minute. And both Isak and Ekitike on the pitch briefly after being subbed in. Gravenberch had to make way after twisting his ankle, which is worrying. So integral to his team and Arne Slots system. McAllister made way as well. Sozoblai shifting the right back as he so often does. Florian Wirtz and Curtis Jones coming both in to form a midfield two, with Gakpo and Salah still ahead of them. All out attack for Liverpool for them to grab their goal, which did eventually come, and who else but the man that's been at the forefront of all of Liverpool's attacking threat. And Cody Gakpo found the back of the net in the 78th minute, and Federico Chiesa, who came in for Isak, puts a pass across the 6-yard line, and Gakpo was there to tap it in. Liverpool were now tied up 1-1 with 12 minutes of normal time remaining, and Liverpool not looking like they're going to be stopping anytime soon. Still pushing for another goal afterward, staying on that front foot, and Arne Slots sticking to the all-out attack to close out this game. United kept holding on, didn't make it easy for them, looking for their moment in transition with Liverpool's insufficient defensive-minded bodies. A few times getting in behind with only Konate to beat, who recovered a few times to prevent United from scoring initially. But Manchester United did of course score. It did eventually come for them in the 83rd minute from Harry Maguire off a set piece. And Mbeumo's shot from a short corner gets blocked, then it comes back out to Bruno. Bruno then thumps it back into the mix, and Harry Maguire is there to meet it at the back post. Nods the ball on the back of the net, and Maguire with acres of space at that back post. Liverpool Liverpool disjointed defensively, much like the first goal they conceded. It's not like United picked Liverpool apart. They capitalised on subpar marking in the box. There was 3 United players at the back post open, Maguire being one of them. So United are 2-1 up with only minutes to play. There was one last chance for Liverpool to equalise again after United's goal. Jeremy Frimpong, who just came on the pitch for Salah, immediately beats his men. He moves into the box and floats the ball in the path of Gakpo, who goes for a header right in front of goal. Golden opportunity, but he heads it wide. So unfortunate for him, so unlucky. That would have been incredible if that found the back of the net. Doesn't tarnish a great performance from him already, but what could have been? Even with 8 minutes added time, Liverpool still couldn't find a way. Manchester United win 2-1 late on, Harry Maguire dramatic winner. United actually starting to put some results together. And in this game, they took their chances well when it came. Held in there defensively. Definitely outperformed in the first half, but still got away with their 3 points. Deserved in the end for that performance. As for Liverpool, it's just another disappointing result and another disappointing end to another match. Just didn't have enough in the end. Fine margins deciding the night, and the woodwork coming to United's aid multiple times. Anything but a win in this fixture would have been a disaster, and that's what Liverpool got. Liverpool's grip on maintaining their title loosening. Arsenal looking comfy in first place on the table. Manchester City creeping back into second under the radar. Manchester United back into the top half of the table. Liverpool 4 points behind Arsenal now. You never know what could happen, especially in this league. But it looks like Arsenal are the team to beat at this point in time. 8 games into the Premier League season, there's already been a twist in the tail of the title charge. Anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions on this match. Liverpool 1, Manchester United 2. Let me know down in the comments, do you guys believe Manchester United can now go on a run of form following this game? Let me know down below, and like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.